Hi guys, welcome to another class. For today's class you'll need two trusty blocks which are our friends. You don't even need a mat, you could have a towel or you could just do it on carpet. If you have got a mat, great. Today's class is a 25-minute gentle yoga flow which is ideal and suitable for beginners. So let's get right into it. So today we're going to start in child's pose towards the back of the mat. We're going to bring the toes together, the knees apart. We're going to sink the hips. We'd like to walk the hands forward, maybe resting the forearms on the mat. And then eventually the forehead, bringing that attention to the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, because the nose is only meant for breathing. Maybe set up your breath with today's class. Maybe bringing in that Ujjayi breath, and breath with sound. Child's pose is a nice pose to begin the class. Although it can be quite challenging if we're here for too much of a long time. Not too much longer now. So feel the breath filling up the back side of the body. Feel the expansion in your lower back, in your rib cage. And then we're going to begin with some small movements. So we're going to walk the hand over towards the left. Then we're going to place the right hand on top of the left. Feel that stretch in that right hand side. Maybe dropping that right shoulder. See if we can deepen that stretch. Nice soft breaths here. On our next inhale, we're going to walk the hands through centre. And then we're going to come over towards the right. We're going to place that left hand on top of the right. Again, feeling that stretch in the left side of the body. Maybe dropping that left shoulder, sinking a little bit deeper. Don't forget to breathe. That focus is always on the breath. On the next inhale, we're going to come back to centre. Extending the forehead down to the mat, maybe coming up onto the fingertips, see if we can sink our chest towards the mat just that little bit more. A bit more of an active child's pose. Should be able to feel the build up in the hips. Not here for too much longer. After this, we're going to come up towards our tabletop. And then we're going to work through a quick wrist warm up. Slowly release the fingertips. On the next inhale, we're going to come up towards our tabletop. So you want your shoulders over the wrists. Bringing the knees back in line with the feet. Hips over the knees, nice spread in the fingers. We're going to come up onto the toes. We're going to sit the hips back onto the toes. And we're going to press the elbows so they're pointing towards the top of the mat. Where we're going to inhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists. Just enough so we can feel that stretch. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, back, stretching out the toes. Inhale, coming forwards. Exhale, coming back. Now we're going to internally rotate the hands 45 degrees, keeping the elbows locked out, coming forwards, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, coming forwards. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, coming back. We're going to externally rotate the hands so they're pointing towards the long edge of the mat. locking out the elbows. Inhale, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, sitting back. Inhale, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, coming back. One last one. Inhale, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, sitting back. And we're going to walk the hands back. Shake out the wrists. Maybe rotate one direction then the other. Maybe interlacing the fingers. One direction and changing. Takes a little bit of focus to change direction first. Then we're going to come into our first high plank. So we're going to bring the shoulders over the wrists. We're going to step that left foot back, then the right. I'm going to hold here. We're going to inhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists, coming high onto the toes. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, coming high onto the toes, shoulders over the wrists. Coming back. This time we're going to hold there for 3 seconds. So we're going to inhale, coming over. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, coming down to chaturanga, bending the elbows. Coming all the way down to the mat. Extending the hands forward, coming into Sphinx pose, coming onto the forearms. Shoulders should be over the elbows. Maybe bring the feet as wide as the mat. Engage the glutes to protect the bottom of the back. Bringing the gaze forward. Feeling that opening out through the chest, collarbones, the shoulders. If you'd like, you can come up to seal by pressing into the palm of the hands, lifting the elbows. Don't forget to breathe here. Nice, soft, slow, steady breaths. On the next exhale, we'll come back down towards that seal. Moving through Sphinx. Coming all the way down to the mat, maybe shaking out the hips. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, where they were in plank. And we're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees, thighs, hips off the mat, pressing back up towards our plank. And we're going to inhale, bring our hips up, coming in towards our first downward facing dog. So you should be hiding your heels. Maybe there's a bend in the knees, heels are off the mat. That's absolutely fine. Bringing the chest as close towards the thighs as possible. Pressing out through the palms of the hands. Maybe there's a nice wide spread in the fingers. Bringing that focus, that attention to the breath. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to lift both heels at the same time. Walking the feet forwards. Trying to find length in the backside of the body. Coming into our first forward fold of the class. Maybe the torso hangs heavy. Fingertips are on the mat. So allowing to hang heavy. Then we're going to inhale, lift up halfway, lifting through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And we're going to inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. One last one. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And we're going to bring a bend into the knees. Slowly rise up to standing. The last thing to come up will be the chin. Now we'll inhale, lift the arms above the head. Exhale, bringing the hands down to chest center. And then releasing by the side. And we're going to rotate the thumbs in. Tucking the chin towards the chest, and we're going to rotate back down, rolling through the spine towards our forward fold. Fingertips touching the floor. And an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. One last time, take a bend in the knees, slowly roll up to standing. It's rolling through the spine. Last thing to come up will be the head. We'll inhale, lift the arms above the head. Exhale, bring them down to chest center. Releasing them towards the side. You're going to bring the thumbs inwards. Bringing the chin down towards the chest. Rolling back down. Nice slow movements. Back down towards our forward fold. So you should be at a forward fold at the top of the mat. This is where I'll meet you. And then we're going to plant the hands. Going to step that left foot back. Dropping that left knee. Finding that balance first. The knee should be over the ankle. Inhale, rise up to our low lunge. Pulling back through this right heel. Pushing forwards through that left knee. Keeping the legs nice and active. Engaging that left glute. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Fingertips engaged. Don't forget to breathe. Slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose. And inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands down, framing that front right foot. We're going to heel toe that foot forwards. Then we'll come in towards our half splits. So our hand placement is important here. The closer we have it to the body, the easier the stretch would feel. The further away, the more challenging. To find a nice, comfortable position for yourself. And we're going to inhale, sit the hips back, lifting the toes, stretching through that back right hamstring. Inhale, exhale, coming back towards our low lunge. We're going to tuck the left toes, lift that left knee, walk the hands towards the left, coming into a side straddle, forward fold. We will inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to come to a Skandasana towards the back of the mat. So we're going to straighten that right leg. Take a bend in that left. We can do high or low. Place a left elbow onto the left knee. Or we can drop down towards our low Skandasana. And then we're going to inhale, rise, walking towards the front of the mat. We're going to keep that right foot on the outside of the right hand, coming into our lizard lunge. Where we can explore a little bit, we can move around. Maybe pulsing forward and back. Maybe bouncing up and down. If you'd like, you can come down to the forearms. Maybe using your blocks or your books if you have any. And then we'll meet back in towards our lizard. We're going to come in towards our lizard twist. We're going to press into that left hand, turning at the belly button, lifting that right shoulder, lifting the hand above the head. Don't forget to breathe. Nice, slow, steady breaths. And we're going to inhale here, exhale, bringing that hand down. And we're going to step that left foot back up towards the top of the mat so we're on the outside. That left hand coming in towards a squat position at the top of the mat. Keeping the elbows on the inside of the knees, bringing the hands to prayer center. Pushing the elbows into the knees into the elbows, finding that stability. Then we're going to press back up towards our forward fold so we can place the hands down, lifting the hips up and back, bringing the feet back in, coming down to that forward fold. We're going to inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. This time we're going to step that right foot back for our low lunge. Nice big step, maybe untucking the toes. Inhale, lifting the hands above the head. Gauging that right glute. Right knee towards the left heel towards the right knee. Keeping everything nice and active. Engage through the fingertips, relax shoulders. Breathe in slow and steady. Inhale here, exhale, rotate the hands down to frame that foot. Choosing that hand placement, walking the left foot forward, coming into the half splits. Straightening that left leg, lifting the toes, sitting back. Bringing the toes towards the knee. Feeling that stretch in the back side of the body. On the next inhale, we're going to come back towards our low lunge. We're going to tuck that back right foot, lifting the knee off, walking round towards our side straddle, forward fold. Where we lift up halfway. On the inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And we're going to come into a Skandasana towards the back of the mat. So we're going to straighten that left leg. Bring a bend in that back right knee. Maybe resting the right elbow on the right knee for our high Skandasana. Or dropping down towards our low Skandasana. And we're going to inhale, walk the hands forward. Keeping that left foot on the outside of the left hand, coming in towards our lizard lunge. Having a play around here, maybe pulsing forward and back, up and down, however you feel comfortable. Again, if you do have blocks, you can have blocks here. Maybe dropping down towards the forearms, sinking a little bit deeper, opening up through the hips. We're going to inhale, coming back towards our lizard lunge. Placing our weight into our right hand, turning at the belly button, then lifting the left shoulder. Coming into our lizard twist. Bringing the focus to the breath. On our next exhale, we'll bring the left hand down. Back to lizard. And we're going to step that right foot up towards our squat. Elbows on the inside of the knees. Knees pressing into the elbows. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Finding that stability. Maybe a gentle sway. And on the next exhale, we'll drop the bum. Coming in towards our butterfly, soles of the feet together. Maybe grabbing the toes, flapping the legs. Maybe swaying side to side. or opening the feet like a book, pressing down with the elbows, nice and gentle. Be a bit deep. Or we can grab the toes. Inhale, lift up through the spine. Exhale, forward, forward. Doesn't matter how far down you can get. Smell feeling that sensation in the back, in the groin, the inner thigh. We'll inhale, lifting up. Helping the knees up with the hands. Bringing the hands forward on the inhale. Exhale, just slowly coming down towards your back. We'll keep the knees pointing towards the ceiling, bringing the heels in towards the bum. Just so our fingertips can touch the back of the heels. And we're going to inhale, lift up to bridge, lifting the hips up, pushing through the feet and the heels. Keeping the chin away from the chest. Inhale here, exhale, rolling down through the spine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, coming down through the spine. One last one. Inhale, lift up. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, coming down nice and slow. We're bringing the knees in towards the chest. Give ourselves a big hug. It's a nice gentle flow for a morning or evening practice. Maybe swaying side to side or round in circles. If you'd like, you can release the legs coming into our full Shavasana. So there I'll stay. Or you can sit up towards a cross-legged position towards the front of the mat. Sitting up nice and tall through the crown of the head, straight through the spine. Just placing the hands wherever's comfortable. Just allowing the breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Relaxing the feet. Relaxing the lower legs, the knees, the upper legs. Just allowing the hips to sink into the mat. Feeling any sensations from today's class. Relaxing the spine. Feeling the rise and fall of your stomach as you breathe. Relaxing the chest, shoulders, the arms, the neck. Relaxing the jaw, face, the eyes, and the forehead. And I'd recommend to sit here for at least another 2, 5, 10 minutes. It's the most important part of the practice. I'm going to end the video there. Hope you enjoyed today's class. If you did, it's always worth a follow, maybe a like, a subscribe. And until next time, namaste.